Hello everyone and welcome to Keegan Does Health. My name is Keegan Miguel and I thank you for joining me on this journey. This is a new page that I am starting that I just decided to do for various reasons. One, I realized that health and fitness is important and it's also tied to our spiritual wellness. Two, a lot of people were inspired by a recent post that I did talking about some personal struggles of mine. So with much prayer and counsel, I decided to start a blog. Right now, before I actually decided to sit down today and do this, I was going back and forth because in researching and looking at different vlogs, the quality is great, right? Great camera work, the angles, proper lighting, and I have none of that. All I have is my computer and a room, but God is good, and throughout it all I realized that it's not about having the best equipment, at least right now. It's about the message, and my message is about health, fitness, spirituality. So just to give you guys a backstory, because I mentioned before about a post that I did that inspired some people, right? About 2.5 to 3 months ago, I was experiencing some what I consider weird symptoms, right? I had constant urination, as in I would want to use the bathroom 10 times to the day. I was severely dehydrated with dry mouth and always wanted water. I was craving a lot of sugary drinks, juice, Malta, soft drink, whatever it was. There were a couple times where actually I was very much fatigued. Didn't have energy to get out of bed. I was feeling like if somebody beat me up, or I went to Juve party for 3 weeks straight and just couldn't move. And blurred vision, as in couldn't even see my children to hold them in my hands. Right? At the time, my wife was in Grandy, dealing with some family stuff. And I remember telling her about it, and we just thought, okay, well, you probably have chronic fatigue, maybe you should go and do something about it. But as some men, in particular black men, I was like, nah, I just need some rest and just to drink some water and I'll be fine. When she came back home, she came home the Sunday, and we realized that these symptoms are not going anywhere. So the Monday morning I got up, brushed my teeth, and the first thing I did was I went to the pharmacy, right? I asked the pharmacist if they have anything for and I described the symptoms I was having. And the pharmacist asked me when last I tested my sugar. And I was like, I never test my sugar because, never had any problems with that before. She asked me if I have a history of diabetes in my family, and at the time I only knew one of my aunts, my mother's elder sister, had diabetes. So she said, well, let me just do a sugar test to rule that out. So I was like, sure, fine. She did the test, and the little, it's a little a mini needle, which you prick into your finger. You draw a sample of blood, which is like a dot, and stick it in the machine, and the machine will read your sugar. Before she told me the results, I saw the expression on her face, right? And I was like, why is she looking so? So then she said, you had anything to eat this morning? I said, no, why? She said, because your sugar is 380 something. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I never had a sugar test before. There was never a reason for me to check my sugar. So, what do you mean? What you saying, lady? Fill it up. Where you going with? Right? Is what I was thinking. So she was like, this is abnormally high for testing in the morning. I said, okay, so what is supposed to be like 200 or something? Again, I don't know. I don't know what sugar levels was at that time, how they should read. So my mind was just thinking, I don't know why I was thinking 100 to 1,000. So 1,000 is bad and 300, oh that, well, I good. So she was like, well, a normal sugar reading for someone who isn't diabetic is between like 75 and 120 in the morning. So I was more than double that. I said, oh, and then she said, within a few days, if this continues, you will go into a diabetic coma. Coma? Lady, what do you mean coma? Coma, just so you just come here and tell me I'm going in a coma. I say, what do you mean? What do you mean? So she explained that people go into diabetic comas when their sugar is like 400 and something and above. And I was right there next to that. So she said, that could result obviously in going to the coma, and some people never recover from the coma. So at that point, it was shock, fear, confusion, panic, all of that in one. I immediately thought about my family because I have a wife and 2 children. My eldest daughter is 4. My son was just born in January, so he's 5 months. And I literally looked at her and said, lady, I have 2 children to live for, you telling me about coma and all of that, all of this. I don't know what you talk about. I can't have no coma, I can't go into no coma. Wait, I was panicking. So she said, okay, calm down. She said, I would advise you to go to the doctor ASAP and see about it. So I called my wife. I got my wife on the phone and I said, Onika, I'm coming home now, but when I come home, I'm going back to the health center because something going on. I'll talk to you when I get home. So I got home and I told her what the pharmacist said, and she and all was like, what? Okay. So I just picked up everything that I needed, ID card, immunization card, whatever it was, and I went to the health center. Obviously it's COVID, and at this point, well, I don't know about the health facilities in your area, but in my area, if you don't reach there like 6, half 6, you're going to be there whole day. So I went down there, COVID, big crowd, waiting there whole day, and I decided to sit there, be patient, and wait because this was something serious. Eventually I saw the doctor. They checked my sugar again. It was still high. And then I had to wait again. When the doctor came back, she asked me to go and get 2 big gallons of water. Those big bottles, 2 liter, whatever, and drink it and come back. I drank it and my sugar decreased to 280, which is still horrible, right? So she spoke to me, asked me questions, whatever, and then I asked her, do I have diabetes? Am I diabetic? She said, well, based on what I'm seeing here on your sugar test, it is quite possible that you have diabetes. However, we need to do a blood test to determine for sure. So then I looked at her and I asked, has anyone ever come into you with such a high blood sugar level and did not have diabetes? And she said no. So I left that office very scared. Very scared. Because the lifestyle that I lived before, I was never a big eater. However, and people in the creative arts would understand exactly what I'm about to say. I am a performer, right? I am a director, actor, whatever, event manager, whatever. And when we have rehearsals, gigs, performances, whatever, a lot of us usually would go hours without eating, and then when we do eat, it's late, and then we eat whatever is available. So if it's KFC, burgers, roti, whatever it is, we eat and we consume it in large amounts. Apart from that, I, of course, because of the pandemic, I was literally just sitting down on a couch for an entire year, teaching, talking to a computer, much like what I'm doing now, right? And it's been years of not really paying that much attention to what I eat and how I eat. So the first thing I did when I left the health center is I called one of my best friends. Shout out to Kevin Tate one time. He is a registered nutritionist and dietitian, right? He works in Mount Hope. For years, I have asked Kevin to, hey, I need a diet plan, boy. I need to get in shape because I am the chunky one in the friend group, right? Anyway, and he would often, he would oblige. He would take me on as a client. He would do BMI, all of that nice stuff, calculations, weight, whatever. And he crafted a meal plan for me, which I didn't stick with, right? So when I called him, as any good virgin would, he gave me a buff. When I told him what's going on, he was like, Miguel, what going on? Ting, whatever. So while he buffing, I just sitting down in my car feeling very defeated. And he was like, don't worry, we can sort this out. This doesn't have to be a death sentence. It doesn't even have to be a life sentence. But what it would require you to do is make a conscious decision right now to change your lifestyle. So I said, okay. I spoke to him. He submitted me a meal plan and he explained to me what diabetes really is and what foods it like, right? I refer to it as like a next entity in your body. So lo and behold, I am going through a diabetes journey, right? Which brings me to why I'm doing this now. So I'm fast forwarding like a month and a half, almost 2 months. I changed my lifestyle, changed my eating. I stopped eating white flour, no rice, mostly greens and vegetables, no more fried foods, a lot of fish, barely any meats, I probably will do chicken on a Sunday for lunch. I just change up my eating. I also changed up when I eat and how I eat, right? So when, in terms of making sure I stick to my meal times, because for those of you who don't know, with diabetes, when you don't eat on time, or you don't eat for a long period of time, is either your sugar level drop to the point where you can actually pass out, or so in some cases it spikes, right? So eating on time is important. Anyway, I like to cook, so this changed up how I cook. So I started following a lot of healthy meal pages, even vegan pages and stuff like that, and would try my own recipes. So for example, there was a night I made mashed cauliflower with grilled salmon and green beans and mushrooms, and I started posting things that I wouldn't make often. People would like it, comment, food looking good, taste looking tasty, don't forget to bring some for me, whatever it is, right? And then I made a post. I did a post where I actually typed out, in essence, what I just explained to you. A lot of people who knew me were shocked, surprised, confused, but a lot of people were inspired and motivated, right? So people started hitting me up, telling me, you should do a vlog, whatever. And I was like, yeah, right, whatever. Then I went to JTA to make some groceries, and I saw a past student of mine, big up Stevie, one time. And when he saw me, he was like, "Hey, Slim Man Miguel," because well, I lost some weight, right, as a result of our eating and stuff. So he was like, "Slim Man Miguel, I see you're posting up all these nice food and things here, so you really inspire me to even get my health and fitness under again, whatever." Now, Stevie is an athlete. He was a student athlete while he was at St. Benedict's College, a footballer, and he isn't big or overweight in any way. But he felt after seeing my post that, hey, if Mr. Miguel is doing this, maybe I should do something too. I should get myself in a gear too. And all those comments on social media and in person, I was like, I told my wife, I was like, maybe I should do something with this. Maybe I should blog, whatever you want to call it. And she was like, yeah, maybe. And I say, you know what, I'm going to pray about this, right? And for weeks I would pray about it because I didn't want to just come out and do this. Just to let you all know, during this time as well, I made a change in terms of spirituality, and I started to pray more and read the Bible more and meditate more. Now, I always was a Christian, Catholic, and I always used to pray, but you know how that is go. 1 minute you're up, next minute you're down, you feel unworthy, all of that. But a morning, my wife and I was reading the daily readings for the day in the Catholic Church, and the reading that morning came from 2 Corinthians chapter 1 verses 1 to 7. And part of the reading says this: "Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all encouragement, who encourages us in our every affliction, so that we may be able to encourage those who are in any affliction with the encouragement with which we ourselves are encouraged by God. For as Christ's sufferings overflow to us, so through Christ does our encouragement overflow. If we are afflicted, it is for your encouragement and salvation. If we are encouraged, it is for your encouragement, which enables you to endure the same sufferings that we suffer. Our hope for you is firm, for we know that as you share in the sufferings, you also share in the encouragement." Glory to God. So when we read that, I was like, Onika, look what talking to me here. Look what talking to me here. And I was actually very excited because this scripture speaks about affliction. Now, affliction could be anything, but it basically says, if you are afflicted with something and God encourages you to do something about it or fix it or better your circumstance with your affliction, your duty now is to encourage others through their afflictions. So again, prior to that, when people tell me you should do something with this blog, whatever, because people are inspired and whatever, and then me praying about it and getting this word direct from the Bible brings me to where I am now, and which is why I am doing this. And again, I thought that I should do this in a big way. It should be fancy. I need to get a proper camera, proper setup. I need to set up a room in my house as a studio, whatever. But no, if and when that comes, that comes. But for now, if this is what I have, and I'm going to use what I have to the glory of God, right? So I don't need a fancy phone, a fancy camera, a fancy setup to share a message. And even if it's one person who sees these videos or this video and is blessed by it, then so be it. So this is what this vlog is going to be. It's going to be about my journey with diabetes, health and fitness, but it's also going to be about me trying to encourage others with their affliction. So it doesn't matter if you're diabetic or not. It doesn't matter if you think you have health issues or not. This is for you because all of us are afflicted in some way. So I hope that this message blesses you today, touches you in some way, And I pray that God strengthens me so that I may be able to use my life to testify to you. Have a great day and God bless.